Hi, Hive Radical. I know there's a lot of people I've been saying I'm going to respond to, and kind of placing things out of order. I was meandering around because I have a lot of time to comment, but not necessarily post videos. So I had commented on one by gatelymusings. He had a video entitled Politics, Integrity, Money, and Trust, and he goes off on the contrast between how he sees Ron Paul and the other candidates, especially on the issue of taxation. He talks about indirect taxation. In the course of this, I replied and had some ties in, because he obviously appears to be a Mormon, as he cited Mormon scripture, the Book of Mormon, in the Book of Mosiah. He related a righteous king in the Book of Mormon to Ron Paul. I didn't see that myself. In fact, certain aspects of Ron Paul scare me. Ideologically, I have a lot in common with Ron Paul, and I have great admiration for his voting record overall, but he would scare me. He just scares me when it comes to thinking of him as ever being in the position of a president. And my response was responded to by Bluetable Painting, complimented me on this, and then asks me, can you give an example of two of, quote, ignores key aspects of reality. My contention was that one of Ron Paul's problems is that he takes these ideological stands, and for the most part they're really well based, in my view, really well founded. Again, ideologically, in many ways, I'm really well lined up with a lot of what Ron Paul is behind. Not everything, but a lot. And so he wants these few aspects. I started typing out this comment and just realized it'd be a lot easier just to get on, since I'm actually in a position where I can respond here. I guess everybody else would be asking, well, why aren't you doing art videos if you're in that position? I'm sorry. Hoping to get to it soon. But let's go ahead and read what I have here so far. I say, well, one aspect is Paul's delusion that a free interchange internationally can occur without either an enforcement mechanism or levelers of or for an open market and open societal exchange. Go on and explain kind of what I mean by that. I say, one may well dispute the validity of the Iraq War, but to take Iran's view of us now and claim that it's merely blowback, and this is reference to the overthrow of Mossadegh and things, back several decades ago, claim that this is the reason why they hate us and why they're doing these things now. To use this as an excuse is not to intervene militarily, unless, say, we're directly attacked on our homeland. And it's really kind of absurd. I point out here the reality is that there would be potential for mass starvation or mass plague or mass all sorts of chaos, both in America and throughout the world, and a lot of this is due to the fact that we live in a technological and energy top-heavy world. You pull oil out, and it's more than just some inconveniences in our ways of life. And again, people say, blood for oil, or this war is for oil. In some aspects, it is for oil, but it's not. We're not going in there to steal the oil. We're going in there to ensure that it can keep flowing, because plainly, if you cut off oil, there would be chaos. You would see something that would make the Depression look trivial. The Great Depression of the 30s would look trivial compared to what you could get if you left the world's energy markets in the hands of a nuclear enabled Iran. It's disturbing, and this is one of the vacuums that Ron Paul seems to be living in. He wants to take these great ideologies and just completely ignore the other realities. One thing is this whole concept of being able to have this a free free market and a free market to change in and to interact with all these people. His response at the debate the other night was that he wasn't an isolationist. Well, you can't very well have a free flow of interchange of commerce of what have you throughout the world if there's not stability. And I can assure you that if something like Iran having a nuclear weapon were to happen, it doesn't take a lot to take out the vast majority, if not all, of the stability in the world. Iran, many components of leadership in Iran have talked about how they want to, kill us the old-fashioned way through starvation. And frankly, there's a lot of people in sections of the world like that are quite more capable of living in a society that's more akin to a couple hundred years ago than now, because that's closer to what they live in right now. And so them bringing the whole world back there isn't going to hurt them as much as it hurts the rest of the world, especially if you're living in some technology trap, some metropolis back east, or in California, or heck, even the suburbs all over this nation are in their own ways traps of technology. So those are some of my points that I wanted to make, and I can make them a lot more effectively when I have a chance to speak. And so for all of those who might be watching this and waiting for another video, I hope you'll forgive me, and I'll try to see what I can get done here.